Final group stage game here at Lugogo Cricket Oval. It is the Itanda Kayakers up against the Karuma Rapids. I have the two captains here with me. Janet Mbabazi, the captain for the Itanda Kayakers. Proskovia Alako, the captain for the Karuma Rapids. And I have the match umpire. We are here for the toss.
Heads.
Heads is the call. And heads is on top. Press Kongs upon winning the toss. What will you do first and why?
I'll have the ball first because the field is not in good conditions. That's why I'm having the ball first.
But batting first has been working for the Karuma Rapids. What has really made you change this morning? Because the only two games that you've won the tournament, you won them batting first.
Yeah, we have been doing well batting first, and because of the field conditions, that's why I'm having the ball first today.
Any changes in the team?
Not really.
Thank you so much and go well. Janet, if you had won the toss, what were you going to do first and why?
I think I'd have also had the ball first, considering the weather conditions. Rained last night, the outfield is pretty well, the wicket's a bit of moisture on it. So, yeah, but nonetheless, we're ready for the challenge.
Which total are you looking at in this reduced game?
A very decent score for us to defend, not many of us to play, so we are hoping to just come and, execute, express ourselves out here and just put up a decent total for our team.
Did you make any changes in the team that played yesterday?
Yes.
Thank you so much. You're coming back. And who is out?
Hanifa is out.
Thank you so much and all the best. Well, that is the news coming from the center. The Karuma Rapids have won the toss and opted to bowl first. Gentlemen, and welcome to Lugogo Cricket Oval. Final group stage game here at Lugogo Cricket Oval. The Itanda Kayakers up against the Karuma Rapids. Because of the morning heavy power, the match was delayed and reduced to 5 overs apiece. Just enough for us to pick up a result in this game. Never change a winning formula, but the only thing that the Karuma Rapids didn't change was the playing 11. They kept stuck on the lineup that saw them pick up a very massive victory against the Bujagali Rafters. When they opted to ball first, 5 overs apiece for these two sides. My name is Evan Cyprian Sajabia in the comms, and I'm not alone. I'm joined in by Innocent in Daula, Uganda. Good morning, Innocent, and welcome.
Sajabi, it is a good morning to you, but in my world, it is good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon to you, and how are you feeling this beautiful afternoon? The final day of the Waterfalls Women Elite League coming to you thick and fast here at Lugogo. Each passing day, Ivan, at Lugogo, the last tournament we'll be playing here with the Wada High, that a big sports complex is coming up soon. But those are other day. Let's enjoy the action. Like I said, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Innocent. First ball of the over, away got Janet Mbabas. He starts with a full one, but played down the ground. The Janet Mbabas. Janet Mbabas is the only change that has been made by the Itanda Kayakers. She comes in and replaces Anifa Norin and takes on the captain's duties right away. For the Karuma Rapids, they have stuck on the same playing 11. Second ball in the over. A half tracker. Janet goes to sweep, but she goes early and doesn't make any contact. Another dot ball in the over, and the subsequent concussion test to be performed by the umpires because that hit the helmet. What a match do we have, Innocent? A win for the Itanda Kayakers will virtually knock out the Karuma Rapids, but for the Karuma Rapids, if they win today, it goes down to net run rate.
A very good net run rate, 1.21, and the guys just below them, the Rafters, are in negative 0.21. A victory only is what the Rapids need to scream into the final.
They've gone for experience. The experience they have gone for is really working out for them. 3 dot balls in the over there by Consulate Oyokonimungu, just making sure that if the Itanda Kayakers don't go with anything, another one full, and Janet goes again to sweep, but again she goes early and doesn't make too much contact. But the umpire calls for a wide there. Felt like that had brushed on something. What a game that we do have.
Janet Mbabazi, Ivan, I can tell you one thing is that not travel fatigue to shake off. She was escorting her best friend, Western Uganda, just the other day. Yesterday, to be exact. And as she traveled back in the night, how her body feels will be important for the kayakers who don't want to miss out on the money final. Final is not just about the trophy. There is a prize money to it. Big appeal. Iloku asks them, where are you running to? And it's a fine over here. A fine over that goes for just 2 runs. From Consulate Aweko Nimungo. 4 more to go. Who gets the second over? Look at the talent display all around the Karuma Rapids side. They started on the back foot in the tournament. 3 back-to-back losses. But when they started winning, they have not stopped. And the victory today will get them in the final. And I tell you what, that's how sport is played. The team with momentum always carries the day.
You have to be too good all the time if you're to be a very, very good sports person. Another speeder brought into the attack in Josephine Ichumar. 2 runs in the first over. Josephine given the ball and protection. Long on and deep mid wicket. In Proskovia, Alako and Ritam Samali.
When the Rapids needed to squeeze yesterday, they brought in Ichuma Ali to bowl those quick 5 overs with the rains threatening to come down. Those rains stayed away and have only fallen in the night and early in the morning. Heavy down power. Straight to Konsa Aweko, who says no way is nowhere. Yet to find their gears here.
Of course, with her leg speed, Josephine Ichumar will be making sure that she forces Janet Mbabazi to play to the offside. Goes to sweep, but doesn't make good contact. Hesitation and a miss will by Rashidat Kavula. That has been the only issue for the Karuma Rapids. Their fielding has not really been up to the standards.
And I'm very happy that maybe now that they're fielding fast, they will know that it's us defending first up before we attack with the bat.
When I met with Samali, as the drizzle had just resumed shortly in the morning, she really felt they could have played this game. And now cricket has given them a chance. The sun is coming out, slowly piercing through the clouds to make sure that we have another beautiful day of action. And for now, as we come to the end of the power play, 2.2 overs in this 5-over reduced affair. Now the Karuma Rapids will be allowed to have a maximum of 4 fielders, and as soon as the power play comes to an end, they deploy extra cover and longer off. Another dot ball in the over. Good work being done by the spinners for the Karuma Rapids. They're not giving away anything to the Itanda Kayakers.
Rapids continue to believe, and with each passing dot ball, they will feel that they are doing the job well. And what the Kayakers are doing wrongly is they're trying to hit the ball out of the park. Just get some baton to it up front. Be smarter. Their coach, Aaron Kusasira, will be feeling the pain if a team that's ahead of the tournament with victory misses out on the final because of not playing smart cricket up front. Hit very hard through the covers. This will reside to the boundary. They've been needing this boundary. And finally, they break their shackles and get the boundary they desire. Half-hearted effort there in the covers from the youngster.
That boundary brings the end to the second over. And at the end of over number 2, 7 for no loss is the score. Final group stage game here at Lugogo Cricket Oval. This tournament is sponsored by Raj Gas Pro, Scope Energy, Nyakasura Alumni League, Laika Mobile, and everything is organized by Cricket Uganda. Tomorrow, no action will take place, but after tomorrow, we will be having the men also come and play in their elite tournament, which will also have 3 franchise teams: Karuma Rapids, Mijaga Rafters, and Itanda Kayakers. A winner today, of course, the top 2 after this group stage game will make it to the final. Bowling change as Saratino is given the ball to replace Consulate Ayokoni Mungu. Longer off, longer on, deep mid wicket and deep square leg, all deployed. Janet Babas goes to sweep, slow outfield, and she'll only get a single.
I'd love to see Janet Babas here. I would love to see Janet Babas and Jimia Muhammad push each other for the first run because of the slow outfield. But once they go fielding like that, it means there's no pressure on the fielding. And you see what happens there is that Alako has all the time, even with the wayward throw, it's just 1 run. Jimia up and over. That is beautiful from her, getting the full blow from the middle of the bat and caressing it all the way through the covers for another boundary. Second boundary of the innings. They need many more like this.
Somehow the runs are starting to come the way of the Itanda Kayakers. A bit tossed up there by Saratino and Jimia Mbabas and Jimia Mohammed. Play on. Second boundary for the Karuma Rapids. Second boundary for Jimia Mohammed, who is now on 8 of 7. Good work there being done by the Itanda Kayakers to make sure that they get a somehow respectable total.
The track misses everything, and it's a wide. Saratino, very brilliant there. I like how she's able to toss it wider off the off stump. Yes, go for the wide, don't go for the boundary. Jimia Muhammad enjoyed her captain's stint yesterday. She picked up the victory and she was celebrating. Full toss. Does she clean her up? Jimia Muhammad living dangerously.
13 for no loss after 2.3 overs. Itanda Kayakers up against the Karuma Rapids. Good comeback there from Saratino.
Go, yes, Mbabas says, let's get going. At point. Nyango Mamariam cuts it off.
Another one played down the ground to the mid-wicket area. They are pushing very quickly for the second, but the ball is in the hands of Ritam Samali. Run out chance. Missed by the wicketkeeper there. The throw not so good. She was in some bit of pressure there. Ritam Samali, and she didn't really throw that ball to where the wicketkeeper was. Mr. Ilo had to move a distance to collect the ball. And Janet Mbabazi will be happy that they managed to sneak through for the second one. Some bit of trouble there for them. The Karuma Rapids just making sure that they put a lot more pressure to the Itanda Kayakers, who are now forcing things.
Big hit through the covers from Mbabazi. He says, you pitch up, you come in my zone, I'll send you packing. And the field, there is a fielder that needs to be put in that region. I think the power play was done and dusted for this shortened affair. I don't know if they are aware of the rules of the power play, because there's supposed to be just 9 balls. And by the second over, the 9 balls were done and dusted. So they need all that protection. But now they suffer a boundary at the very end here. It's now 20 without loss for 3 overs.
For no loss after 3. And there will be a bowling change. As Fiona Egaro Kulume is given the ball, of course she can't be allowed to bowl with that taping on her right hand, which she will be using to bowl. She celebrates her birthday today, Fiona Kulume. And now she is the bowling change coming on to bowl after Josephine Ichbar bowling from that very end. For not after 3 means that the Itanda Kayakers can straight on. If they make it 10 every over, if they get close to the 50 runs mark, they'll somehow feel that they have something to bowl at. And the conditions of Lugogo are now becoming better as the sun is now piercing out and coming out here at Lugogo Cricket Oval.
Birthday girl, Kulume Egaru from the Ginger Road end. Some pace for the first time. Touch and go. Jennifer Ikiuma at short gully there. Gully point. Call that fielding position gully point. So many new inverted fielding positions lately in cricket now.
The Itanda Kayakers are the best team on paper, innocent. They are a bit balanced when you look at their batting and bowling. So I believe if they get to the 50 runs in these remaining 2 overs, maybe they will have gotten something that they can come and defend. And also not forgetting that the Karuma Rapids, despite being a very bad team in terms of fielding, their batting is now top. Ritam Samali and Prescovia Alako are informed players. That is full and play down the ground, but straight to Prescovia Alako cut herself to just one run. Good work being done by the Rapids to make sure that they don't give anything. Any easy picking to the Itanda Kayakers.
I feel here would be enough. A total is if they can score at 8 per over, 8 times 5 is 40. If they can get 40 runs, that is 18 more runs from 9 balls, then maybe they're in business. But now they keep conceding dot balls, and once the dot balls do pile up, and once the dot balls do pile up, it is chasing leather for you with the bat. Stand and deliver is the name of the game for the Kayakers. They must do that. Timia Mohammed.
Unless they can get the 18 runs in the next over. But for now, Fiona Egarukulum is doing a lot of good work with her in swing. She's already going for just 2 runs. She's coming in for her final ball.
Full and straight, hit down to the vacant region. The fielder will not do much to stop it. Another boundary will find defense, this time on the onside. And I like how she sized it up. A little shimmy down the track, and the rest of the work done by the one bounce and off to the fences. Boundary time, 26 now. Over goes for 6. I think that is a brilliant over in a short affair. They are yet to pick up a wicket, but they won't mind because they have dot balls. 26 for no loss after 4.
Game day number 5. Final game day for the Waterfalls Women's T20 Elite Tournament. In a reduced game, a game for 5 overs, one of the bowlers can be allowed to bowl a maximum of 2 overs. And the experienced Consulate Oyokonimungu, who gave 2 runs in the first over, is now given the ball. She's just making the necessary field settings. Long off, long on, tip mid wicket, deep square leg, all put at the boundary. For Janet Mbabazi. Muhammad, 14 of 13. Janet Mbabazi, 9 of 11. They're operating at 6 every over. This is now the time where Consulate Oyokonimungu has to bring up her experience to make sure that she helps the Karuma Rapids.
I have my reservations about Consulate Oyokonimungu being given the ball. But I'm just a commentator. I'm not the coach. I felt that maybe they should have given another pace bowler. There's a lot of talent. Patricia Malmeki has not been used today. Tikabula hasn't been used. And the Musamali haven't been used. Those 3 should have taken that last over, pace for pace. Bringing the changes in the field settings. They need the sharpest fielders at the boundary. And I believe maybe Kulume should have left point and come here where the youngster has been dropped. Look at the field settings. There is no person outside the 30 on the offside, apart from that one on long on. Let's see what Consuet Aweko balls. Looks like she's going to be bowling into their bodies. Starts with a half tracker. The youngster is put under pressure for the second run. Do they come through for the second? Yes, Mbabazi wants it. And the throw is poor. And Mbabazi, does she get home safe and dry? No, she's gone. They celebrate. The youngster not going in for the celebration. She almost left everything out to dry. But the replay here will show you that was a very close call. As it goes 9 of 11. Make that 10 of 12 for her.
It was a good idea there for the Itanda Kayakers to make sure that they push very quickly and try and make sure that they put the youngster under pressure so that they pick up that second run. A throw there from Mariam Nyangoma helps Esther Ilok to effect that run out, and Janet Mbabazi departs. Janet Mbabazi, a bit unhappy. She feels that it was a close call where she could have been given maybe an opportunity. 20 of 8 in her last innings as we see this replay. That was the throw there from Mariam Nyangoma. She used her knees to field that one. There was a station between Jimia, but you can see that one closely. Well, the direct hit, and Janet Mbabazi shouldn't feel dejected because of that run out. In comes the player who was on form yesterday, scored 20 of 8. Immaculate Nakisui, the boss lady. Immaculate Nakisui was here in the morning, bantering Gutam Samari, telling her that if she really wants the play of match money, she should go and demand it from the scorers. Who might have messed up things. But now in she comes to make sure that she gets some runs. Immaculate Nakisui can hit the ball. But the most important thing is that the over starts with the dot ball. Sorry, with just 1 run given away.
Yesterday, all the 20 runs were 5 boundaries. It's the final over. Can they get another 10 runs now from the remaining 4 balls? Does Jimia have some fight in her stomach to punch here and get those necessary runs? It's very important that they get a defendable total. This is not bad, but maybe it's not good enough.
Jimia has been scoring over at a circuit of over 100. She just doesn't connect that quite well. It will be fumbled, but the boss lady will not push for the second run, as he says, what you can do, I can do better. Maybe she'll be looking at making sure that she hits that ball. Extra cover put in place, and now finally comes up for Immaculate Nakisui. Deep square leg, long on and long off are the other fielders on the boundary. Everyone is watching to see where this one goes. The Bujaga rafters biting their fingers. Shimmy down the track, a stamping effected by Esther Ilok. And just like that, the boss lady will have to depart. Second wicket in quick fashion, and most important, a dot ball. The Karuma Rapids are now putting up a very good display, as they have now gotten 2 quick wickets.
2 quick wickets in the over. 29 for 1 becomes 29 for 2. Jimia Mohammed Abdallah with just an ODI strike rate, 15 of 14. And this is how Immaculate Nakisui perished. Concert Aweko, full of focus. They want to be in the final, Ivan Kakande's Rapids. And how she played up and over it was her undoing, because she went for a power hit, trying to hit it over the top through the covers. She missed everything, and keeper Esther Loku did the rest of the work, just removing the 1 bail.
2 balls to play in the over and in the innings. Mary Namiro walks in to replace Immaculate Nakisui. 29 for 2 after 4.4. Not enough. A field change there for Mary Namiro, as now extra cover comes up and deep fine leg is put in place.
Who wants that? Tikabula. Rashida takes the catch. Big hitting Namiro. No runs today. 3 wickets in the over with 1 ball left. They have fallen over quickly here. The Kayakers not able to drift through the Bujagali waters. Beg your pardon, it's the Karuma waters, the Rapids from Karuma, who are dominating this one. That's the chance. She held on dearly. Yeah. What Coach Work has done here nicely, Ivan, I can tell you a secret for the spinners. In such a shortened game, don't ball it fast. Ball it a little short and don't pitch up in the zone. Keep it further away from them. So when they swing, they're playing with the edges. Unless they're very patient to play it very late. But in such a shortened game, no one is patient enough to wait for the ball to come to the bat. Everyone wants to throw the kitchen sink at it. So Konsa Weko, being a master of this fine over because of how she's bowled previously. But see what she does. She disproves me in every true sense of the word.
Consulate Aweko putting up very, very fine figures. She's bowled 1.5 overs, considered just 5, and she's picked up 2 wickets. The other wicket that fell in the over was a run out. Nandara Immaculate is in. Left-handed batter. Let's see what she can do, but there is protection on the onside for Nandera. Nandera swings, and that's up in the air. Chance for Malemika Patricia to cut off the one. They are pushing very quickly for the second run-out chance. Consulate Aweko effects the run-out. Jimia will not complete her innings unbeaten, and they'll only take a run. They'll only take 1 run off that final ball. What an over! What an innings for the Karuma Rapids wrap up things here. Clearly, they now have a very big chance of winning this game and making it to the finals.
That's the dismissal of Jimmy as she was running out of fuel, only walking and operating on the fumes as she tried to complete and force the issue for the second run. Inning ends 5 beaten on 1 from 1. Abdallah goes for 15 from 14. And the final score is 30 for 4. All those 4 wickets falling in the final over. Ivan Sajabi, take us through the batting card for the first innings.
A final group stage affair between the Karuma Rapids and the and changed the winning formula. They said no, the pitch is not so good for batting fast. Let's bowl fast. Janet Mbabazi 10 of 12. Jimia Mohammed 15 of 14. The batters there for the Itanda Kayakers. 1 run for Immaculate Nakisui, 1 run for Nandera Immaculate. 6 was given away by the Itanda Kayakers. The Jesse squad at a run rate of 6 every over, complete with the 4 after 5 overs. At the bowling card, the Rapids was Consulate Awekoni Mungu. He bowled 2 overs, conceding just 6 runs and picking up 2 wickets. 1 over apiece for Ichumar, Josephine, Tino Sara, and Fina Egaru Kulume. Good work they are done by the Karuma Rapids to make sure that they now have 1 foot in the final if they can come down and get to the 31 runs in the 5 overs. We take a short break. In this tournament, which is sponsored by Nyakasura Alumni League, Scope Energy, Raj Gas Pro, Laika Mobile, and organized by Cricket Uganda. We will be back with the run chase.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lugogo. It's just 6 minutes to the lunch hour, 1 p.m. But hold those dishes. Don't serve any of the Sunday buffets because the bigger buffet is being served here in Lugogo. And what we have in store, it is the big one. The Kayakers, the on-form team of the tournament who set up with a 37th victory over the Bujagali Rafters, who are up in arms against the Karuma Rapids. Karuma Rapids have worked their way to be amongst the conversation for who will play in the final. The Rapids, starting with the losses one after another. There were 3 losses in a row. But what did they do? They shed some skin, won one after the scorers going through the game by 1 run, then won the second yesterday by 78 runs. And today they come up knowing the 3rd victory will not only be just a mere victory, it will take them to the final. So it's a virtual semi-final knockout for them. And guess what? They have done the job in the first innings, restricting the Kayakers to 30 runs in the shortened affair of 5 overs. They need 31 to win. My name is Innocent Daula. I have got Ivan Cyprian Sajabi with me in the comments box. Good afternoon, Ivan, and what do you make of this game thus far?
Good afternoon, Innocent. Good afternoon, viewers. Itanda Kayakers up against the Karuma Rapids. If the Karuma Rapids win this game, it will mean that we shall have Itanda Kayakers again facing off against the Karuma Rapids in the finals, because net run rate may not favor the Bujagali Rafters. But the 2 umpires standing in this game, Sharon Athoula, one of the international female umpires that we do have in Uganda, former player for the Victoria Pearls, standing alongside another former player for the Victoria Pearls in Gloria Obukor. Ritam Samali, who was in a full flow of runs yesterday, scoring the first century of the Women's LA tournament, 101 of 61 balls, has now been given an opportunity to open the batting. She comes in alongside Ilok Esther. Yesterday it was Ilok and Ilora, but now there has been a change. Lona Anyait has the ball for the Itanda Kayakers. Deep mid-wicket in Immaculate Nakisui and long on in Janet Mbabazi are right at the boundary. We're seeing the first ball of this run chase. A short ball there from Lona Anyait. Not a very good delivery when you're defending, but same plan as the Rapids. They know that spin has done something for the Rapids. They also started off with a spinner.
Now on strike, Rita Musamali, vice captain of the Victoria Pearls, 101 of 61, Ivan. I can emphasize that and say it even in my dreams because I was happy and very lucky to be watching it live from the VIP seat. 19 fours, those are 76 runs, plus 1 6. 85 runs she did score in boundaries. So there were only 16 doubles and singles. It was really hard there. Alongside her skipper, who put on a partnership of 140 runs in Proskovia Lako, and her managed to score her first half century. But that is history. It won't matter. Today is a whole new world and a whole new day for her. To work all over. Punches in the covers, yes. Mutoni, the fielder, underarm going over the bowler. 2 runs quickly.
Something great about that strike of Ritam Samali is the striker rate, 165.57. Good knock there for her. And this should bat free, knowing that Proskovia Alako was also in full flow. Yes, Alio scored 50. Can come later and bat. Goes to cut.
Misfield. Unfortunate, not like the Kayakers we know. But what the misfield does is that it gives Iloku 2 runs. There was some hesitation from Musamali. I would like the two to be on the same network. They need to show that telepathy. We've seen them construct over the playing days. And their coach, Kakanda Ivan, has been preaching the same thing, saying, we started off with losses, but we can go on and win. That is the big sweep, big appeal from Lona Anyait. The chase is on from Michelle Ariago. They'll take 1 run.
They're not going for the risks because they know they will have some bit of control in this game. Esther Ilok has been struggling in the tournament. Yesterday she scored just 7 of 6. But because she's opened for the senior women's team, she's again given an opportunity up front to come and do some batting.
Tackle in front of the fielder's face. These youngsters. That was a chance for a run out. Not taken. But well, at least there's some urgency shown. But at this level, good is not enough when best is an option. Again, hitting the sweeper where Nakisui is. They won't be taking on her for the second run. Just the one run there to end the over. And I tell you, if they score at this rate, they will be victors. They just need under 7 runs every over. And they get 7 in the first over. Business for the Rapids against the Kayakers.
7 of the first over, meaning the required is exactly equal to the number of balls, 24 of 24 with 10 wickets at hand. The Karuma Rapids just making sure that despite opening up the tournament with the 2 losses, they fight for their chance to advance to the final. This is match day number 5, final game day of the Waterfalls Women's T20 LA tournament. This tournament is sponsored by Scope Energy, Raj Gas Pro, Laika Mobile, Nyakaso Alumni League, and everything is organized by Cricket Uganda. They saw a Sima in the Karuma Rapids doing a lot of good work. She went for 6, Fiona Ega Rukulume, and now the ball has been tossed to Naomi Amongin to do some bowling for the Itanda Kayakers.
Naomi Amongin, like for like with the Garukulum in terms of bowling. She goes for a big pull here. Looks like she's decided she's going to be playing one-way traffic. Whatever you pitch the ball, she'll have to go on the onside. Iloku, play some cover drives. You're a very good cover driver. And there's no protection in the covers.
Yeah, the only protection is deep mid-wicket and long on for Esther Ilok.
Yeah, the power play is still on. I believe it's for 9 balls. So 2 more deliveries, and they can open up the field. We saw the Rapids opening up the field a little late. Took them 2 full overs.
Goes again to play on the onside and misses it completely. Another dot ball. Good areas being bowled by now Regina Mongena. She starts off her over with 2 dot balls to make sure that she brings back the game for the Itanda Kayakers. She goes again for a slog sweep and makes contact. There's protection in the deep, and just 1 run is taken by Elok Esther.
Six and a half needed every over. And they hit even to square boundary. They've been dealing in singles. Naomi Jena Mongin doing a very good job. Plays done and dusted. They spread the field immediately. Long on, long off. And mid-wicket and deep square leg. Place now. Hitting down to the sweeper. Mary Namilo. I've been watching Namiro closely. She doesn't throw like the normal way. She goes for the unorthodox, as if the underarm even from the boundary. I don't know if it's a problem with her shoulder. We saw Mbabas do a lot of that when she was recuperating from her injury.
Maybe she should be practicing to field in the infield, because when you're throwing that from the boundary, you give the opposition a chance to take another run.
Yeah, the Bujakali Rafters in your frame will get that view again. Going for the cheeky one there, the lap. Fruitless this time round from Iloko. Iloko, get bat on ball. You are in control, you are in charge. Don't get anything cheeky. The Bujakali Rafters there, the youngsters, plus some of their senior players. They are waiting to see here. If the Rapids lose, then they will be in the final. They have their kits packed. Believe me, you. This one, the full face. She won't catch up. She can chase and give up Nakisui. Waiting for Iloku. That's one of your best shots. Continue to put on a display of how to drive through the covers, because you've got the driving license. Fast boundary coming through. End of the over. And the score does move to 13 with that loss after 2 overs for the Rapids. That's how she creamed that one through the covers, extended arms, and just managing to find the gap as Nakisui appears very late in the frame.
Not sure why she was going for a ramp shot. Esther Elokwet, she can play the orthodox shots and pick runs. 13 for none after 2 overs and a subsequent bowling change for the Itanda Kayakers. Michelle Ariago is given the ball. 18 from 18. 6 every over with 10 wickets at hand. Deep square leg. Deep mid wicket. Longer on and longer off for Ritam Samali. But Ritam Samali has that cover drive. So there needs to be protection at the extra cover. Nonetheless, for now, a lot of protection is being put on the onside.
Michelle Ariago, play of the match yesterday as the Kayakers beat Bujaga Raptors. She picked up 4 wickets for 13. Only one of the 2 players to pick up 4 wickets. The other being Asumini Akurut of the Raptors. Musamali dancing down. There are always runs in front of the fielders here. Not a line to get bogged down. They're doing the maths. The maths is simple. Unless they get a rush of blood. I don't expect Musamali and Iloko to fail the awareness test here.
They are now making a change in the field for Esther Ilok. Making sure that longer on starts a bit longer up. 45 yards. No effort whatsoever there from the fielder and the bowler Michelle Ariago as that goes for another single. Somehow Ritam Samali and Esther Ilok are sure that they keep the scoreboard ticking. Rita 4 of 4, Ilok 11 of 10.
And that's the idea. If you don't get the boundary, get the singles. And there is a Musamali playing to our favorite side, arguably one with the best wrist work in women's cricket. If it weren't for color, it was easy to say Musamali is from the Asian part of the world. Again, the ramp shot is unleashed by Iloko this time round. She'll get more than a single. This is beautiful. As it clicks. When it clicks, it does look nice on TV, but when you miss it, you make a mess of it all, and it's ugly. Gets a couple.
Batting with some bit of confidence. Those are shots. Those are not shots for the weak-hearted. Esther Ilok goes for one and makes sure that she gets 2 runs. This is turning out to be a very good over for the Rapids. 2 balls to play the over.
She makes a mess of this one now. 18 is on board. Quadrate will remain at 6 because she got a couple the previous balls. Even when you miss a ball, if you get a couple, you stay within the range. Ariago withdrawing from attempt to ball. I don't know if she was trying to go for that run out or she was sending a warning to Sigino. There you are. A single of the final ball of the over. Namir onto it. See where she's going. Is she safe? The throw not good. So they make up for the dot ball, the previous delivery, because they take on the arm of Namiro and they get the couple they desire. And not Iloko, but Musamali will be on strike as we start over number 4. The score now 20 for no loss after 3.
More 11 runs needed for victory in 12 balls with 10 wickets at hand for the Rapids.
At the scoreboard and you're watching from home, it looks easy, but I tell you here on the surface of things, it wasn't easy. Remember, the only wickets that The Kayakers were lost in the final overboard by Consaweko. 4 of them, 3 to her name, 2 to her name, and 2 to run-outs, 2 to fielding this team dismissals.
And now Lona Anyai 2 bowled the first over and gave away 7 runs. Is given an opportunity replacing Naomi Jena Mongin. Kulume Fiona Egaro right in your from there for the Karuma Rapids. A bit worried because things are not moving as per the plan maybe. She goes down to pull and pulls it to the fielder at deep square leg, but they will take the 1 run and make sure that they keep the scoreboard ticking.
This has been easy, very easy for the Rapids in the chase. They haven't really tried to tear the cover off the ball. They've just been dealing in singles. If you ask me if you've seen any boundary, I'll tell you hardly any. Just the one boundary that was scored by and see they're going back for the second. Musamale has jet heels, and she's shown them a clean pair of heels right there.
A direct hit from Nandela Imakwe would have been trouble for the Karuma Rapids. She goes for power and it is missed by the wicketkeeper. And Rita Msamali, Esther Elok managed to capitalize and pick the second run.
And beautiful from Iloku. She's been looking to get runs throughout the tournament. This time round, she's tried the lap shot straight at the first time of asking. And then she went for it again. She connected. And this is beautiful. Just shuffling way across the stumps and having all the time in the world to hit that one over the fielder at a short fine leg.
A shot that kills the hopes of the Bujagali Rafters there from Esther Iloku as they inch closer to victory. Now 8 from 10 balls needed for victory.
Tell you what that shot does. It sends the Bujagali Rafters for lunch. They know their hopes are done and dusted for playing in the final. We'll see you next year, the Rafters.
That's the ripple of the shot. Just made a shuffle around the stumps and made sure that she gets full rewards.
Trying to go ahead on that one. No connection. They need just 4.8 runs and over. They don't want to leave it a little too late in the last over. Anything can happen. So trust Iloku that with 2 balls left in the over, she's going to be trying to look for another boundary. Already she scored 7. She goes again, this time straight to the fielder, Irene Mutoni. Oh, she hasn't even been used today, Irene.
I think it was a matter of copying from the other template. They saw that in their bowling innings, the Karuma Rapids used the spinners and medium pacers, so they go for full pace.
The coach of the Rapids on the ropes at the deep square region there, Ivan Kakande, asking Musamali to take it home. Touch and go straight to the fielder. Chance for a run out. Iloku was fast on her heels. The running has been good. There's been proper communication between the two as they run between the wickets. That's what you love to see, both players on the same network and getting the signal clear. End of the over, Ivan. A beautiful over here for the Rapids because they get 9 runs from it. And Alona's spell is 2 over 16. That is not good enough on the day. The score is 29 for no loss after 4 overs.
This tournament is sponsored by Leica Mobile, Raj Gas Pro, Nyakasura Alumni League, and Scope Energy. On their second double head in the tournament, the Bujagali Rafters had an opportunity of making it to the final in their hands yesterday. They threw away both games, and now they are praying that the Karuma Rapids sleep this morning. Post Ayoko Nimungu, they are rating your frame with the coach for the Karuma Rapids, Ivan Kakande. 2 of 6, as now the ball is tossed to Irene Mutoni to help them defend that.
A little too late for Mutoni because they will be working with her pace. And is the best player when it comes to pacers because she knows how to toy around with the bowling and manipulate the field settings.
Janet Mova tells our fielders that we shall fight only deep mid wicket, and the 30 men have been put at the boundary. All the other fielders are inside the 30.
And here the Bujagali Rafters will be looking at the Kayakers and pointing a finger at them over lunch saying, you guys have dealt us in. You guys have made sure we don't play in the final, despite of the fact that we have all finished with 6 points.
But now they introduce a fielder at fine leg.
Fine leg, and there's a shot, and there's mid wicket. The scores are level. They're running very quickly. Do they take on the youngster? Musamali wants it, yes. She comes through, and that is it. Game, set, and match. It's all over here in Lugogo. The Rafters will not be in the final because the Rapids have just beaten the Kayakers by 10 wickets in a rain-shortened affair where the playing conditions weren't good. They win by 10 wickets with 5 balls to spare in a 5-over affair. Ivan Sajabi, this has been one-way traffic for the Rapids.
The Bujaga Raptors will have themselves to blame for not being so good for so long in the tournament. Yesterday on their double-header day, they just needed one single win to make sure that they are mathematically somewhere. If they had beaten the Rapids yesterday, maybe they could have had a chance. Ritam Samali and Esther Ilok have done the work there for Karuma Rapids, making sure that they see them into the final. The Bujagali Rafters will be very unhappy because these two will return again in the afternoon for the finals.
And this is the match summary for you. You can see how it all happened. Ivan Sajabi is out of the comms box. He's going to do the post-match presentation. He will be telling you who the player of the match was, but this is how the game has transpired in the second innings. Esther Iloku, 22 from 17. Musamali unbeaten as well on 9 from 9. They didn't need anyone else to come through, but Alako didn't even come out. But Irene Mutoni, 2 runs. She goes off the only ball she bowled. Among in, 6 runs and only over. And Michelle Aliago, 7 runs she went for in only over. Up front, the Kayakers did the job with the bat with Jamia Muhammad, 15 of 14. Janet Mbabazi, 10 from 12. And Ibacho getting only 1 run before she got dismissed. With the ball, 2 for 6. Consulate Awekoni Mungu, all the experience coming to the party. Josephine Chuma, only 5 runs and only over. And Fiona Kulume Egaru, the birthday girl, 6 runs in the over. That is the summary for you. And I can tell you what, it's the Rapids that are victorious by 10 wickets. Huge victory in a virtual semi-final for them as they win by 10 wickets with 5 balls to spare.
Have the captain for the Itanda Kayakers telling what might have gone wrong. Ajina Timbabazi, what might have gone wrong in that game that you had against the Karuma Rapids?
I think nothing went wrong in that session. It was going to be a close game like this one. You know, playing 5 overs and putting 30 runs on the board. I felt, you know, with having Esther Iloku and Musamali come on, you know, with that kind of aggression, it was something that was expected. But I think that the bowlers quite bowled quite well. Maybe we could have, you know, fielded tighter in the ring. Yes, boundary fielding was quite decent, but maybe tighter on the ring. But other than that, I think that the girls did quite an amazing job.
With the final with final insight against the same opponent, what do you hope to do better?
I think, like I mentioned, the bowlers have been doing quite a good job, just backing them up and encouraging them to, you know, keep doing what they're doing well. And for us, really, as Itanda, we want to enjoy ourselves, and we have in the past, you know, few days of cricket. We just want to continue enjoying ourselves and making sure everyone is, you know, getting better every day.
Thank you so much and all the best. It is Janet Timba was the captain for the Itanda Kayakers. Let me invite the captain for the Karuma Rapids, Proskovia Alako. Pros, how do you sum up the performance of the Karuma Rapids? You guys are on a roller coaster and now you're ready into the finals. How do you sum up that performance?
I would really say I'm proud of them. From the very first day, we actually didn't have hopes, small mistakes, but every day we came back stronger, and yeah, we managed to, win all the games we have been having for the past 3 days. So I would say fantastic.
A final is now in sight for you against the same opponent, the Itanda Kayakers, and some money to win. What do you hope to do better in the final to make sure that you win the finals?
I think nothing extraordinary. We just need to be consistent. I think the batters are now on form. They're consistent, and even the bowlers are right on the money. Fielders should do the working more, and we shall get there.
Thank you so much and all the best in the final.
Welcome. Thank you.
That is Proskovia Alako, the captain for the Karuma Rapids. Now the player of match bowled 12 overs that went for 6 runs, picking up 2 wickets. Koset Oyokonimunga. To give out the award is Saddam Oyaga, a coach with the Nile Hub. Thank you so much, Saddam, for that. Congratulations. Konsi, what was going on? What was the plan, the bowling plan for your team coming to both the first and final over for the Rapids?
The bowling plan was for me to set the tone for the team, because being the experienced bowler and also their back, like the core of bowling, I had to set for them the pace. I had to close, because the final over also determines how many runs we are going to chase. So they told me you're going to close and you're going to open. So I had that in my mind, and I knew the batters are going to be too aggressive. I had to choose my line and length and set my field accordingly.
Now you have the final ahead of you between you guys and the Itanda Kayakers. What do you hope to do better in the final?
What I hope to do better is still, maybe I gave out 2 runs for free. I wouldn't want to give out any free run. I would love to see myself bowl better lines, the same as I've bowled now, and help my team see that if we are setting and we come to defend, we defend a score that will make us win. Like, we defend modestly and pick the wickets as bowlers. So I'll set the tone for the team in bowling as well.
Thank you so much and all the best in the finals.
Thank you too.
That is Consult Awoko, the player of match for this morning game. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be coming up with the final game of the day. It will be another clash between the Karuma Rapids and the Itanda Kayakers.